This is how I use for one kitten without a mama, without any brothers and sisters, because it was the only one that survived, and the mama cat died from sickness, so it could not nurture it at all. See, there's nobody's around. Imagine you have to take care of this kitten from scratch, and would you let it die? Or would you want to take the step to save it, you know? Not a lot of people help to save the kittens. If the kitten is dirty, you gotta clean it carefully under the sink with warm water. Clean the kitten and wipe it with a towel or whatever. Then you put it in the box. And then you go get the food. You buy this for newborn kittens from any pet store that sells kitten stuff. It's a formula for kittens, kitten milk replacement. Even though it says the kitten should have at least 2 days with the mama cat to have its milk before it goes, but if there's no chance of that, you can still try to do it with this milk, because I have a kitten that me and my sister raised already from this formula, and it worked just fine without any of the mama's cat milk. It's healthy so far, and it's about 2 weeks old. That means it's doing great, and it's healthy, and it's pooping, and pooping is very important for the kittens. Mix 1 tablespoon powder with 2 tablespoons warm water. So you put 2 tablespoons of warm water. I have a tablespoon right here. And I used clean water from this bottle just for the kitten. Do not drink out of it. Do not do anything out of this. You put it in like 1, 2, that's 2 tablespoons. And then you open your formula. It looks like this. You take 1 like this, and then you add it in there. Since I already have the milk, I'm not gonna do it this time, but that's what you would have to do if you don't know. And then when you add that in there, that's all you have to do. It's that easy. You take the other side of the spoon and you mix it until there's no crumbs whatsoever. Then you put it in the bottle, and that should equal to 2 tablespoons and a half. Keep this in the fridge because it says to keep it in the fridge. There's some things you have to do before you even start feeding the kitten. You have to wash your hands. Use soap and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Take a paper towel somewhere, clean, fold it, wet it, just like that, a little bit. Follow me. Kitten can get sick fast. You have to have clean hands because the mama is not around to clean the kitten, and the kitten has to be clean at all times. Look at the kitten, it's sleeping right now, but it's time to feed it. It knows when I'm here. So it's time to feed it. 3 hours has passed. So you got the kitten. Before you feed it, you have to wipe its butt like this with a wet towel. And it pees, see? So it wouldn't pee on you. It has to pee on the towel first. And you wipe it until it pees a lot. Like that. See? It's all wet and peeing. Alright. Peed. See how yellow it is? Shows that it peed. So you throw this away. Make sure you always have a long towel, piece of rope somewhere nearby. You take a paper towel, grab it like this. You grab the milk. The bottle looks like this. Make sure it's like small enough but big enough for the kitten to eat. You can buy this from any pet store. You put the towel, piece of paper on your lap like this, just in case to keep the kitten clean. Take the kitten out. See, as you can tell, it's looking for food. It's so hungry. This kitten was born on July 3, and today is what, July 18? So it's about 2 weeks old. Still can't see yet, even though it opened its eyes. You shake the bottle of the milk like this. You make sure the temperature is right. You put some on your hand like that. And then if it's too cold or if it's too hot, you don't feed it. So it's just right. So then you grab the kitten like this with your hands. See, it tries to get out, but you put your hand under its chin like this. You grab, kind of direct it towards the bottle of the milk. Because this bottle is too long, you put 2 fingers like this so it doesn't choke. Then you kind of have to direct it so it starts eating. See? And it starts eating. You stop feeding it once the kitten doesn't want it anymore. But you keep holding it upright position like this, and let the kitten suck on it and eat as much as it wants. Usually it eats about half a teaspoon. But since it's been a week, it eats a little bit more than a kitten that would eat the first week. As you can see, it's like stopping. It doesn't want it anymore. See? Do not force feed it ever. Once it stops, it stops. You can look at the bottle again to check how much it ate. The milk was right there, so it ate about like a teaspoon. So now it's like right here. That's perfect. That's how much kittens usually eat, and you feed them every 3 hours. After you feed them, since this kitten is about a week old and it just opened its eyes, this kitten wants to play. It likes a lot of attention. You gotta pet it. You gotta pet it, and you gotta let it lick like your hand, whatever it wants to do. And you gotta make sure, because the mama's not here, you gotta get lots of attention. Make sure to like let it know that someone is looking after it. Like pet it as much as you can for 5 to 10 minutes. Maybe if you think it's still hungry, you can try and give the kitten the milk again. But after you fed it, do not give the milk for 2 hours or 3 hours. So be on a routine to keep feeding it. It looks like this. It's starting to purr. Sometimes it may poop. That's what this is for. So it won't poop on you. It poops on its own terms. Can you hear that? You may play with this kitten up to like 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes, however long it shows that it has energy for. And then before you put it back in the box, you have to do one more thing. Okay, I'm going to put the kitten back in the box. I'll show you how the kitten has to keep warm without you. As you can see, there's 2 water bottles here. Every hour you add hot water to this water to give the kitten heat. This is very important because the mama's not there, the other baby sisters and brothers are not there. This is an orphan kitten. If you don't give it heat, it might die from being too cold or not enough attention, and the kitten needs a lot of attention. So I put hot water in these hot water bottles every hour. For emergencies, if you can't use the sink for whatever reason, because someone's washing the dishes or someone's using to shave their beard or whatever, you go to the bathtub and you put it up as hot as you can. You drain this. And you wait for 30 seconds, drain both of them. Okay, that feels hot enough. take the hot water and you put it in. Okay, I'll show you another source of water of where you can also grab if you can't use the bathtub. You grab it from the kitchen sink. So you take on full heat, make sure it's heating up, and as soon as it feels like really hot, you add it into the water bottle. Like right now it feels hot. It's okay if it's too hot, but as long as it's not like boiling, because we're gonna cover it with a shirt that will lessen the heat, but the heat will still be felt for the kitten when it gets on top of it, and the kitten's gonna act like its mom because it's like a belly for it. It's a great way to keep it warm. You take the hot water bottles. The kitten's already sleepy, see? But it knows when you're around, it starts to meow. You take it and you put it underneath the shirt like this, and you kind of roll it. In about 30 seconds, the heat will go through the shirts and the kitten will feel that. Alright, it's okay. It's okay if the kitten cries a little bit, but once you walk away for like a minute, it's gonna stop crying. It's gonna start feeling the bottles, and it's gonna start going to sleep. And you gotta sleep for 3 hours for its next meal time. So I have a fridge nearby, so this won't go bad fast, so you won't have to make a new dose every time. I put it right here to keep it cold, so the next meal time I'm supposed to feed it in 3 hours again. I take it out like 40 minutes earlier for it to heat up in the room temperature, and then when the time comes to feed it, I feed the kitten with good healthy milk. You feed him every 3 hours. That means during the night, during the day, every time. You can actually see that the kitten's gonna go to sleep now. See? So the kitten is fed, the kitten is nice and warm, so now it's gonna go to sleep. Try nobody to bother it. If anybody ever wants to touch the kitten, make sure, like I showed you, to wash their hands really good, because the kitten does not have a mama, and it will can get any diseases fast and can die from it, and from any infections, I mean. This kitten that we have now is about 2 weeks old. It was born in July 3, 2017, and now it's July 18. So, and it just recently opened its eyes about like 2 days ago. It is blind. The kitten is blind for the whole first week, and it's the most attention. The kitten is blind. You gotta feed it every 2 hours instead of 3 hours, because in the beginning of the first week is the most crucial. If you don't look after it, it can die from 2 to 5 days. It can die if you do not do something right. So you gotta make sure it stays warm. You gotta make sure it eats. You gotta make sure it poops. If it doesn't poop, it can also die from pooping. Pumpkin! Hi, Pumpkin! Hi, Pumpkin! How you doing, Pumpkin? How you doing?